Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal, of course, and or I should say the artist behind the music itself, which we haven't gotten there yet. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, the more people that do subscribe to the channel will make it more apparent that we are definitely dedicated on this channel to have enough viewers to make it worth the artist's time to talk to them. I think so anyway. At least I would be more engaged saying, hey, if this person's got like 1,000 people or 2,000 people or more willing to watch me tell about who I am as a person, it definitely would make a big impact. And it would convince them a lot more that this is a very serious channel. So they take the time out of their busy schedule to get to know, or I should say for us to get to know them and the people behind all the metal music out there. Just so you know, I want to make sure, again, check out this person's artwork because they need some money for an operation for their eye because they have no health insurance. But I also did see a post which kind of makes me feel like, okay, you don't have money for this, but you have money for that. So I don't know. It's because certain other people, apparently somebody that got married, maybe they're helping them out with that stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the whole story about that, but anyway. Right now we are going to talk about some of the newer upcoming anticipated albums of 2024. Because I think this is one of those topics that I should get into every once in a while to get lists. Even if I do talk about the people of metal and actually get to interview them later on down the road, it'd be kind of cool to know what's coming out once in a while. And I'll try to maybe brush up on, or I should say, talk about that every once in a while, which actually this seems like there's a few of them that are going to be really interesting because some people that have not put an album out for a while are putting out albums. Which reminds me, don't forget to check out Gary King, I think is his name, from Slayer, the guitarist, has got his own metal band out that apparently he originally wrote a whole bunch of songs for Slayer itself before they decided to retire, so to speak, which that probably won't last for very long, but it's hard to say because most people do come back. Yeah, he wrote these songs for originally for them, so he's got his first single of the new album called Idle Hands. So if you haven't checked that out, I encourage you to do so. It is really good. I liked it a lot, and it definitely sounded like Slayer style. So if you're a big Slayer fan, you'll definitely love this. Yeah, so check it out. I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to get into descriptions on every single album, but I'm going to kind of do the first so many, well, from 25 to like, say, 11, which ones are supposed to be coming out. Omega Messiah, and these are all to be determined dates apparently so far, all the way up to like, say, I think the 6th one, it looks like they've actually got dates. Scowls number 24, Artificial Language is number 23, number 22 is Ghoul, 21 is Full of Hell, number 20 is Celeste, number 19 is Worm. I don't know. See, I'm not even sure if these are the albums or the albums. I think these might be just the titles for the albums. It doesn't give me a list of who they're from. Maybe it is the bands. They haven't got a title yet. That's probably what it is. 18 is River of Nile. 17 is Better Lovers. 16, I'm not sure how to pronounce quite right. Acest, I think is how you say it. Number 15 is 200 Stab Wounds. 14 is Blood in Transit. Number 13 is Black Delilah Murder, which That definitely is a band. And apparently Anthrax is coming out with a new one on the 12th, number 12. Deftones is one of my son's favorites. They're at number 10. I don't think they're in any particular order, so don't worry about the order. It's not that big a deal. These are just certain ones. Oh, that reminds me, I was going to talk about the actual album and the types of metal it's supposedly in. If I can find the right part of the list here. Well, here we go. Number 10, Deftones. TBA, alternative metal giants. Deftones are expected to release their 9th studio album in 2024, building upon the innovations of blended melody. Oh, this one doesn't have the dates on it. The other one did. Hold on. I love when it does this. Yeah. Oh well. I don't see the list that I had originally. That's so weird. Go figure, right? It looks like number 6 has one. Okay. So I'm kind of going back and forth here. Oh, it has. Okay, never mind. It's on here. I just didn't see it. It's not. It's part of the list doesn't have dates yet. They're to be determined later on. Chelsea Wolfe is number 9. To be determined. Singer-songwriter Chelsea Wolfe's new album is shrouded in mystery, but her blend of gothic folk, doom metal, and ethereal landscapes promise to be a retrospective haunting experience. Be kind of interesting. Number 8 is King Diamond Merciful Fate, which I know one of my friends doesn't like King Diamond too much. I don't know. I've heard some of us sing a little bit, but not much. Then that's To Be Determined. Heavy metal icon King Diamond Merciful and Merciful Fate reunite for a highly anticipated new album. So this might be a little bit different than just King Diamond itself. Details to be revealed, but promising theatrical operatic vocals. Number 7 is Body Count Merciless Fate. Basically led by Ice-T, returning for their 7th album, keeping their unique blend of crossover thrash and social commentary live, which would be kind of interesting to see. Okay, now number 6 actually has a date of the release of the album, and I don't know, Asaya, I think is how you say it. It's a black metal band, so it's supposed to be available on February 16th. Mastermind Asaya reveals its titled 11th album, drawing inspiration from Celtic Frost. Oh, that'd be cool. Into the pandemonium for a dark and atmospheric soundscape. And I know Celtic Frost has got some really good stuff. And actually, I will say this much: there are some songs of Celtic Frosts that actually somebody else, I think, pretty much either copied them or was pretty dang close to it later on down the road. Because I go, hey, I've heard this before, or it's awfully darn close. Let's put it that way. For those who, know who some bands that maybe sound like Celtic Frost. Let's see here. Number 5 is Bruce Dickinson with the Mandrake Project. Ooh, that sounds kind of creepy, or maybe mysterious. I don't know. Which is on my birthday, March 1st. So I'm kind of get excited about this because I used to like the Balls of Picasso album. It was phenomenal from Bruce, and I can't wait to hear what this sounds like. So I'm definitely stoked for this because he's a really phenomenal singer. He's not quite so super heavy, but he's got more of a kind of a Machine Head style voice with the lighter stuff kind of sound, but not quite so with the heavy vocals, which is cool. So Iron Maiden's front man embarks on a solo acoustic journey exploring folk and progressive rock influences, tread along a theatrical storytelling. It seems like a lot of people are doing the theatrical storytelling or theatrical style sound for metal. Go figure. So it'd be kind of interesting. It's more operatic kind of style, maybe. Kind of reminds me of Cliff Burton with his classical background, right? Number 4 is Job for a Cowboy, Moon Healer, and that is going to be available on the 23rd of February. The death metal veterans return for after a long hiatus with their 5th album, expected to blend technical brutality and oh god, I can't say that. I can't never say that. You know what I'm talking about. You've heard me try to say it before moments. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of like the same thing, as all the other ones, so it'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. Moon Healer. I don't think I've heard of them at all, so I'll have to check that out. Dragon Force as Warp Speed Warriors, March 15th. Power Metal Champions unleashed their 9th album, which is pretty impressive. Packed with lightning fast guitar solos, soaring vocals, and fantastical themes. Fantastical scenes, I guess you say. Number 2 is Ministry. Cool. That'd be awesome. This one is kind of like Hope for the Masses. I think that's how you say it. That's also being released the day of my birthday, March 1st, so that'd be kind of cool. 2 birthday gifts for me in a way. And both from Ministries, I think have got quite a few albums that I've liked. I don't remember all the songs offhand. It's sometimes like I said, I listen to them and I just don't know who sings it at the time, so I don't pay attention to it. I'm just listening to it. Industrial Metal Pioneers delivered their 16th album. Wow. I'm trying to remember how many that compares to Metallica and some other groups. Who's got the most albums? That'd be kind of a good topic. Is maybe I ought to try to find out who has the most albums out there, which would be kind of a cool on the list of albums. Be interesting to see. Likely tackling social, political issues with their signature blend of aggression and groove. So Ministry, I think they do a kind of a groovish sound to it. And number 1 is one thing that most people are going to be really excited about is Judas Priest. Judas Priest has got a new album coming out. Isn't that great? Oh, it's on March 8th. A little late, guys. It's called Invisible Shield. Yeah. I think, yeah. Heavy metal legends return to their 19th studio album, promising powerful vocals, soaring guitars, and epic anthems. Kind of cool. Yeah, because Judas, that reminds me. A while ago, this is like back, I think in the 80s, maybe late 80s, maybe. No, it wasn't late 80s. It was probably 83, 84. I think is when it came out. It's the box set from Metallica, live Binge and Purge CDs and either DVDs or VHS, which I didn't get the DVD, which now I wish I would have, because they were out at the time, but they were really expensive at the time. But anyway, they were playing on the local radio station. I think I was listening to, no, it wasn't Kilo, because it was in Kentucky when that came out, in Lexington. That's where I lived at for a while. Nicholasville, actually, near Lexington. Went to Jessamine County High School out there and graduated for graphic design. That's what I went to school for. The one thing I remember about that is that there was a song on the radio and is Stone Cold Crazy. No, that was Queen. Never mind. But they do have a song from Judas Priest that they did, Breaking the Law. I think they did Breaking the Law, and I think that was on that album, or it's I think, was it Breaking the Law? I can't think of the name of the song now. That's Breaking the Law. I don't know. Anyway, there was a song on either Judas Priest or Queen. Stone Cold Crazy. That's it. Stone Cold Crazy. That was the song that was playing on the radio. It's not Judas Priest. I thought it was Judas Priest, so I apologize. That was playing on the radio, and it drove me crazy because I love the darn song so much. I said I gotta be able to listen to this all the time. So I ended up buying $100 box set for that one song. I could care less about the whole other song. There, it's still all Metallica stuff, but it's live, so I guess it was cool. But yeah, it was one of those things. Like I got the CDs, and I didn't get the DVDs, which I wish I would have. I had the VHS, which I don't even know where they're at anymore, to be honest. I'm sure I might still have them, but it's hard to say. I probably got them in a box somewhere where I go, I'll find them like years later and say, oh my gosh, I forgot I still had this. It's kind of like a lot of other things. I got this little water fountain I found, and I found it, then I think I lost it again. Go figure. It's like this little ceramic dish that you put water in, and it has like a copper pipe, and then it sprays kind of water this way on these stones. It's really cool. So it's kind of tranquil. So if you have that with a little mood lighting, maybe something that has a little smell to it to kind of calm the mind, and some great music in the background. I'd probably listen to a little bit lighter metal stuff if I did, or maybe some meditational type music, because I do listen to other stuff besides just metal. But, it kind of reminds me of Machine Head's song about 31 Flavors, I think is what it was, is the name of the song. And they talk about it, says, don't just be a metal dude, check out some other stuff too. And I encourage everybody to do that. It's not just about the metal, it's about music itself and the people behind it, because to me that's what makes things so great. And it's kind of one of those things where when you talk about music, you share the experiences with family, friends, and people that you know. Like for instance, my mom is a big Rolling Stones fan, and Van Halen, and ZZ Top, which reminds me there is a band that actually did a cover song of theirs called Crazy Horses, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of weird sound to it. But anyway, like I was saying before, Rolling Stones, they're coming to town. And we've kidded my son about, there was a song by another artist that's called Move Like Jagger, right? And my mom always gave him a hard time. So you know what that means, right? And she goes, no. So she had to sit there and explain to him since he's younger that Mick Jagger has certain moves. So he's trying to say he move like Jagger. So with Mick Jagger doing some of the stuff he does do on stage, which is kind of be cool, we're going to go see them. And this will be our first and only time probably ever to see them, because who knows if they're going to be playing later on. Just kind of like Metallica, I took my son to that because I knew he wanted to go. It was more for him than it was for me, but I did enjoy it and I loved it. So we spent some good quality time together as father and son. And we had a blast. It was kind of interesting because I did rip my fuel tank. Either that or somebody basically bored a hole in it to get the gas out of my tank, which kind of sucks. But it's cost me almost $2,000 to get it fixed. I would assume yeah. Anyway, it was leaking gas slowly, and I drove all the way back to Colorado with a gas tank that was leaking fuel, which is not good. If I would know if I know it was really leaking that much, I would have not have done that. I would have had it fixed. But really, I couldn't really do it in Texas because I had to get back home. So either way, I would have had to flown or something. But anyway, luckily for me, it didn't blow up or anything, and I'm safe. But yeah, it kind of scared me. There's been a lot of those in my life, and a lot of other things that I'm grateful that didn't quite happen. Because even when I was trying to save my marriage, I basically did some paragliding. I broke my ankle, my other ankle. I have two ankles that are broken, 2 screws on each ankle. One was from a moving van ramp and a staircase. It got pinned between it. The other one was it was my idea, go figure, and it screwed me up my whole ankle. But anyway, and then the other one was my idea, the paraglide, kinda. Actually, I hate to say it, maybe it was my stepfather's fault because he's the one that gave somebody this book about divorce busting, and basically she says you should do something exciting and stuff, which is kind of interesting to makes somebody wonder what's different about you, what brings back the passion, romance, whatever, um, to save the marriage. So I did that and almost died because I'm allergic to penicillin. But you know what's crazy? The two were linked together to a point because the first time I got it, my body didn't know what it was. The second time around, my body did. That's what the physician told me. Basically, when you have a reaction, what it does is your body goes into overdrive to protect you. So you have a super immune system in a way, is what it boils down to. So basically, your body's attacking itself to defend it, to keep it safe, or from being. It's almost like it's a hyperactive immune system in a way, so it goes overboard. But anyway, the first time it didn't know what it was. The second time knew what it was, how to defend itself, so it started attacking it, and that's where the reaction comes into play. So I almost died right there, or could have died. It's just if the guy wasn't there to notice it, and his wife had passed away because of that. So I'm, in a way, even though she lost her life, she saved mine. So I do appreciate her and the physician that took care of me. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. I was still pretty much out of it, so it's one of those things. Yeah, so yeah, and there's a couple other times where I've had some things that happened in my life that I could have died, but I didn't, thank God. And my son would not be here if it wasn't for that. So I definitely am grateful for that because he is a wonderful boy and a very wonderful man, and any woman would be a lucky person to have him in her life. I think so, just like other people would like to have in my life, but it is what it is. Sometimes money doesn't always get you everything in life. It's I think personality, the type of person you're with, just like that's the whole reason why I wanted to start the channel in the first place. Not well to be to be more than what I am because of somebody, but also because of the interactions I've had with some of the metal artists out there. I think that speaks volumes. I think for me personally, when the music brings us together, we have a common bond. We have a feeling, a style. And a lot of people think that metal music is always like this. They seem to think it's a negative thing. And a lot of the negative statements they have in it are because of the fact they're trying to make us a better person on who we are. So you have to really read the lyrics of the song. And a lot of times it's the artist's personal story and what they've gone through in their lives. And they've come out of that. Whatever it may be, like depression or alcoholism or suicide or whatever it is. Even James had that, and they even announced it. They say, if you're thinking about doing this, please, please, please